Okay. Okay. That's right, Josie. Today was the deadline.
Two parks, two problems. The first taken over by a homeless camp, the result of a city effort to move them out.
And an uncertain future for Malibu's most popular spot, the decision that could change Bluffs Park.
And the college admission scandal gets more serious. The new charges parents are facing.
This and more as News at 5 starts now.
News, weather, and sports. Live from Malibu, this is NewsWaves 32.
Clearing out a popular park, Malibu is clamping down on their homeless population. Good evening, I'm John Michael Raasch.
And I'm Josie Lionetti. Welcome to this Tuesday night edition of NewsWaves. The city has been working to clear out homeless people at the Legacy Park, and today marked the deadline for about 10 homeless people to leave. NewsWaves 32 reporter Emily Tenser joins us live at the park with the outcome. Emily?
That's right, Josie. Today was the deadline for homeless people to stop living here in Legacy Park. Although they're supposed to be cleared out of living, you can see some of their personal possessions are still left behind. Like over here, we have a suitcase with a pair of pants, socks, and some cigarette butts, and this area is big enough for someone to sleep here. Outreach workers in Lost Hills visited the park earlier today to discover that the park was basically cleared out. For most Malibu residents, it's pretty well known to expect homeless people hanging around Legacy Park.
Ever since the fires, there was a lot of homeless people sleeping around here, and then they eventually got tents, and it seems like they were getting very comfortable around here. 13 outreach workers and Lost Hills Sheriff deputies met at the park today at 9 a.m. to ask homeless people to relocate.
But none of them were there today.
The outreach began about 45 days ago, offering housing vouchers from the Los Angeles Housing Services authorities, psychologists from the Department of Mental Health, and other outreach efforts.
Yeah, all the tents were gone because those guys knew that we were coming, because we've been showing up there every day trying to work with those guys to see how we can help them out and get them services.
Today was the deadline to leave, but still some possessions remain in the park. But volunteers didn't remove any people or possessions today.
Well, we have property bags to secure their property at City Hall, but there was nothing there.
Malibu Vet Clinic employee Austin McEwen is very familiar with the park, walking dogs multiple times throughout the day.
Well, every day I work, so yeah, I work about 4 out of 7 days, so I'm here about 4 out of the 7 days.
He thinks the signs helped a lot with clearing people out.
It seems like they put up the signs like a week or two ago, and then people started clearing out before, it seems, because it got like less and less, people here in the park, so now it's empty.
Lost Hills says the outreach efforts and signs were successful. They're hoping Malibu's homeless population will take advantage of the services the city is offering and will respect the city's wishes to not live in the park. With NewsWaves 32, I'm Emily Tenser. Based on what we've seen today, homeless people are still hanging out in the area, but they've all moved their living stuff elsewhere. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Emily. It may be sunny and warm, but high winds and high waves mean taking extra caution around Malibu.
That's right. Hannah joins us early with the details on today's weather advisories. Hannah?
Yes, hazardous weather for Malibu as high wind and high surf advisories are in effect today through tomorrow morning. Winds are currently at a breezy 13 miles per hour, but gusts are expected to reach over 40 miles per hour this afternoon and into the evening. A high surf advisory is in place until 7 a.m. tomorrow. With the strong winds, waves could reach up to 7 feet or more. This is extremely dangerous as strong rip currents are likely to occur for surfers and swimmers. However, we can expect sunny skies this whole week, which is perfect spring break season for many tourists in town. I'll be back with a full weather report in about 5 minutes. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you so much. And yeah, the pier is extraordinarily crowded recently. Well, in other news, the City Council is holding off a job review for City Manager Reva Feldman.
The council has decided to continue that until after the report comes back from management consultants that the city has asked for with respect to the events around the Woolsey fire.
After a meeting yesterday, council members say they want to wait until a full Woolsey Fire report is out before continuing Feldman's review. They believe the report will give clarity into Feldman's professional performance. The decision comes after nearly half of the employees at City Hall signed a petition voicing strong support for Feldman.
Camping in the center of town. An important city council vote could change popular Bluffs Park. NewsWaves 32 reporter Araceli Crescencio is live at Bluffs with more details.
Thank you, Josie. The future of Bluffs Park looks unstable. Last night, the city council voted to end an agreement that allowed the city to lease this property from the Mountain Conservation and Recreation Authority. Now this decision allows the MRCA to build a campground right here on the land I'm standing on. Take a look at the debate that occurred last night and why they made that decision.
Mayor Wagner?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
A contentious split decision. Ultimately, Mayor Jefferson Wagner had the vote to kill the land swap between Bluffs Park and Charmley Park.
We have plenty of flat park area that's already got engineering around it, infrastructure around it, and to move forward with something like this, I would just see as a huge difficulty.
In a 3-2 decision, City Council voted to walk away from plans to expand Bluffs Park.
I am not in support of going forward and reevaluating it based on the geological hazards that affect Malibu Road.
Nearly 5 years ago, the Mountain Recreation and Conservation Authority had plans to build a campground near Bluffs Park, located at the center of town. The city of Malibu offered to give the MRCA more than 500 acres of land in Charmley Park in exchange for Bluffs Park. But last night, the city council let the proposed land swap expire this summer.
There's no way right now I would vote to make the swap.
Like the council, community members were divided on the issue.
The swap was a bad plan. It failed to take into account the environmental constraints of the Bluffs. We are never going to achieve what that council who entered into the agreement hoped to achieve.
Councilmember Karen Farrer also raised concern about the future of Bluffs Park if the swap was killed.
The Bluffs is one of the last remaining oceanfront bluff properties in Los Angeles County. And I hate to give up control of that to the state, especially knowing that it could be developed.
4, 3. What lies ahead for Malibu Bluffs Park will be discussed at a future city council meeting. But what is certain is that many Malibu residents have come to love and use Malibu Bluffs Park for a good time now. Live from Bluffs Park for NewsWaves 32, I'm Araceli Crescencio.
Thank you, Araceli. Discussions surrounding the Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District split may be coming to a close, but for the right price. Mayor Pro Tem Karen Farrer says the negotiations team will meet and finalize a financial package in the next 2 weeks.
The next step will be a presentation on the agreement to the Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District Board of Education and the city. And we are hoping to present a petition to LACO, the LA County Office of Education, in June.
Once a package has been created, Malibu voters will have to approve the financial details. A separate Malibu school district requires voters to approve to continue to present property parcel tax collected by the Santa Monica Controlled School Board. It is unknown when this vote will take place.
And some defendants in the college admission scam are facing even more charges.
NewsWaves 32 reporter Lily Spiritus is here with which high-profile parents were hit with a second indictment today. Lily?
Actress Lori Loughlin and 15 other parents now face an additional charge of money laundering as part of the growing college admissions scandal. They're charged with conspiring to launder bribes and other payments through a charity run by the suspected mastermind of the scam, Rick Singer. Prosecutors say they're also charged with transferring money into the U.S. to promote the fraud. Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannulli, are accused of paying $500,000 to the fake charity to get their daughters into USC. The new charges come after 13 other parents, including actress Felicity Huffman and a coach, agreed to plead guilty in the college scam. Those who have pled guilty have also apologized for their wrongdoing, so that is interesting.
Do you think they're going to face jail time?
I think some of them can if they don't plead guilty, and those who do plead guilty, I think they have more of a minimal jail time.
Yeah.
Up to 12 years, that's such a long time.
That's a really long time, especially to go from the life you had to, you know, being in prison. That's just going to be a rude awakening for all.
And a lot of those admitted into the colleges are not going back.
Yeah. So it's definitely big consequences for
Rude
everyone.
awakening, that's for sure.
Yes.
Construction, consolidation, and cleanup. The big progress Malibu is making in removing debris from the Woolsey fire.
And cracking down on street vendors. The change is coming to Santa Monica.
Breaking boundaries. We break down the historic NCAA win.
Giving a green a go in today's Around the Town Tuesday, how Malibu is caring for the environment.
Halfway there in the effort to clean up Malibu. State officials say nearly 50% of the properties in the state debris removal program have been cleared in the aftermath of the Woolsey fire. This adds up to about 441 properties in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Contractors have also removed over 180,000 tons of burned metal, concrete, ash, and soil since operations began February 6th. Construction crews are preparing to wrap up operations in Malibu in the next 2 weeks.
Malibu is educating residents on how to keep their homes safe during fire season. Tonight from 6 to 8:30 p.m., fire experts from Australia will be at City Hall to share how to increase resiliency for homes in high fire risk areas. The experts will also share constructive lessons they learned from the 2009 Black Saturday bushfires in Australia, and to present homeowners on how they could best start the post-fire rebuild.
So there's a lot going on. It's gotten a lot warmer lately.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
Thank God.
Yeah.
With the rain too.
It was
We
so
had that
cold,
whole
rainy. It didn't feel like, it didn't feel like Malibu.
Yeah, it didn't feel like spring.
Yeah, so tell us about what we can expect in the few days to come with the weather.
Of course. So Malibu is facing some sunny skies and risky surf conditions, but that isn't stopping residents from enjoying a beautiful sunny day. It is currently 75 degrees, winds are at 13 miles per hour, and humidity is at 38%. With the heavy winds, conditions for surfing are not favorable. Currently, tides are between 2 and 5 feet, but could reach over 7 feet later this afternoon. Tomorrow's waves are expected to be between 2 and 3 feet. Extra caution is advised for swimmers and surfers. The fire risk for Malibu today is moderate, but could reach high levels tomorrow afternoon. The sunny skies prevail throughout the region. Calabasas is at 76 degrees, Aurora Hills is at a similar 75 degrees, Thousand Oaks is at 74 degrees, Santa Monica at a similar 74 degrees. Looking at our 4-day forecast, sunny skies and breezy weather will continue for the remainder of the week. Tomorrow will be a high of 72 and a low of 54 with winds around 16 miles per hour. Thursday will be partially cloudy with a high of 73 and a low of 53 with winds at 18 miles per hour. Going into the weekend, Friday will be a high of 71 and a low of 53 with winds at 18 miles per hour. And Saturday will be a similar high of 71 and a low of 54 with winds at a steady 10 miles per hour.
I'm really excited to be looking forward to going to the beach and finally getting the sun that we all deserve after it was raining for so long this season.
Yeah, we're not expecting any clouds, just all sunny days again.
It's been so nice and warm, perfect tanning weather. Just
Got to check the UV index first, though, obviously.
Wear that sunscreen.
It was like 7 yesterday, so I feel like it'll only get higher.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Just keep going up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Trees in Malibu are heading to the chopping block. Southern California Edison will be in Malibu cutting trees for the next couple weeks. The electric company warned that they will be cutting trees further back from power lines than ever before. California now recommends that tree limbs be cut back 12 feet, nearly doubling the initial requirement of 6 feet.
It may be starting to feel like summer in Malibu, but residents are going to have to wait to take a dip. Malibu's community pool is closed until at least Friday. The pool located at Malibu High School has a leaky pipe buried 7 feet beneath concrete. This is the most recent series of maintenance problems that has closed the popular pool. And Santa Monica may soon be saying goodbye to street vendors. The Santa Monica City Council will vote tonight on whether to require street vendors to get business licenses and health permits starting in May. In addition to creating a permitting system, City Hall is looking into taking it further and possibly banning street vendors from the beach, pier, 3rd Street Promenade and relocating them to other downtown areas. The meeting starts tonight at 5:30 p.m.
Pep Baseball is playing UC Santa Barbara right now in Malibu. We'll have live coverage of the Waves coming up.
And a March Madness breakthrough, how the NCAA champions pulled off a surprising victory.
Seeking sustainability, Malibu's month-long initiative to become more green and its impact on the community. And we're back, and we're got the sports report with Dave, and yesterday was the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Virginia took it home.
Yeah.
But Texas Tech put up a good fight.
That's true.
Yeah, redemption is sweet for Virginia. The University of Virginia defeated Texas Tech University 85-77 in overtime last night to become this year's NCAA champions. Virginia's victory comes only 1 year after becoming the first #1 seed to lose to a 16 seed in a men's NCAA tournament. Tech led 68-65 with 22 seconds remaining. DeAndre Hunter's three-pointer with seconds left tied the game and sent it to overtime. Overtime was just as tense, with Virginia leading 75-73 with a minute remaining. Virginia got the ball back after an overturned call and gave the possession back to the Cavaliers. Virginia sank their next 8 free throws to clinch the victory. The championship win marked the first in the program history. The Dodgers' winning streak is snapped. The Dodgers' 5-game winning streak ended in a 4-3 defeat against the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday. The Dodgers jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, but a 2-run Marcell Ozuna home run tied the game. The 6th inning, the Dodgers held a 3-2 lead, but the Dodgers closer Joe Kelly surrendered the go-ahead run, giving the Cardinals the 4-3 advantage. This was the first time in 10 games the Dodgers did not hit a home run. The Dodgers will play the Cardinals again today at 4:45. The Pepperdine baseball takes on UCSB. The men's Pepperdine team is playing UC Santa Barbara right now, and it's the 9th innings, and the score is 5-1. Well, that's it from sports.
Well, it sounds super interesting. That was a crazy tournament yesterday. I know that we were actually watching it together last night.
Yeah, last night.
When it came down to the wire, we thought that Texas Tech had this in the bag, and Virginia came back with a three-pointer and just
I was always rooting for Virginia. I mean, I saw them as a great team, and then in the last seconds, DeAndre Hunter with that three-pointer, oof, I was taken aback, and then the game was in overtime, and then just the 8 continuous free throws, and yeah, I think they had the game in the bag since the beginning, because they were in a 10-point deficit. Then they came back with a consistent 9-point lead over and over again in the second half. So yeah,
and it's so exciting.
Yeah, and it's also surprising to see the first seed in the NCAA tournament actually win the tournament.
Yeah.
And so with that, thank you so much, Dave. Appreciate it.
Welcome, guys.
A sold-out service. The details behind the memorial for a well-loved singer and artist.
And Queen Bee steals the spotlight again. Why Beyonce is coming to Netflix. Time to scream for ice cream, a popular ice cream company that is holding out free cones today. We'll be back with the inside scoop.
Welcome back to NewsWaves. I'm Jenna Ray Gartner. The 49th anniversary of Earth Day is coming up, and with it comes a lot of events in Malibu. In today's Around the Town, we're going to take a look at what we can do to protect the environment.
April marks Earth Month in Malibu, and there are many events aimed to keep the planet green. The city of Malibu is promoting a Waste to Waves program that collects neoprene wetsuits and polystyrene foam. Becker Surf and Sport has a wetsuit collection bin to reduce the non-decomposable neoprene waste.
Reality is, if you think about all the guys that you see out in the water going through that many suits yearly, and then times that by how many years they've been surfing, you're talking about a pile of neoprene that is, probably as big as the state of New York.
A company called Suga collects these wetsuits and grinds them up to make recycled yoga mats. Going along with this theme, Pepperdine University is holding their annual Climate Calling Conference tomorrow. It will kick off at 9 a.m. with an Arbor Day ceremony. Following that will be a sustainability fair and student research. Student Grace Palmer focused her research on food waste at Pepperdine. She will be providing information about the Food Recovery Network, an organization that redistributes leftovers to homeless shelters.
And I think on an individual level, there's a lot that can be done to be more sustainable. It's looking at the choices you make day to day and saying, what are the implications of these?
The conference will wrap up with a keynote talk by Professor Stephen Davis.
It doesn't look too good. Things are changing. A lot of things are changing, and they're changing fairly quickly. And that's part of the overlay and impact of climate change, and one of the main questions that Climate Calling is dealing with.
Dr. Davis has been leading students in fire recovery research and will focus his talk on environmental stewardship in our backyard. Be sure to take part in these Malibu events to help protect the environment and lead to a sustainable future.
So when I was talking to Dr. Davis, he was telling me how much more important this is even this year after all the drought and the fires that happened. It makes a lot more research on the recovery for everything that's going on, even just in our own backyards, he was saying.
I'm sure, especially, ever since everything burnt down, really coming together and trying to figure out, how we can prevent this and how we can really focus on our environment to improve it for the future. It's really important.
I know they're looking at a lot of how recovery came from past fires and how it's going to be even harder now because it was so dry and stuff before, so the fires just wiped everything out.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes, and I'll be interested to go to the Climate Calling Conference and kind of see everything.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
so much.
reporting.
Of course.
We're also joined by
Annabelle, who has all our updates with everything going on in entertainment. I know there was a recent funeral for a very well-known person in the rap community who just passed away. We also have some exciting things about Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, exactly. We're going to start out by talking about Nipsey Hussle and kind of some information on that. But it's really cool to see the way that they're framing everything to really celebrate his life as opposed to more in the things that have happened. So celebrating the life of Nipsey Hussle, thousands will gather Thursday at Staples Center for a special tribute to the rapper. Complimentary tickets for the event were made available at 10 this morning, all claimed in minutes. People who were unable to get tickets will still be able to pay their respects to the rapper during his funeral procession, which will be following the ceremony. The procession will follow a 25.5-mile path and give Hussle the chance to take a final victory lap through South Los Angeles. And Beyoncé's groundbreaking Coachella performance is coming to Netflix.
What advice would you have to give this generation?
Tell the truth to yourself first and to the children.
The official trailer for Beyoncé's newest concert documentary, Homecoming, came out yesterday. The documentary provides an inside look at the preparation that went into the iconic performance, which marked the first time a woman of color has ever headlined at Coachella. Homecoming is set to release on April 17th. And actor Ryan Reynolds is moving into the producer chair for a new game show. Reynolds will be producing a game show called Don't on ABC. Each segment of the game show will highlight a different family of four as they participate in the challenges for prize money. The challenges will all have a different rule of don't, such as don't laugh, don't slip, or don't scream. This is not Reynolds' first involvement with game shows. The actor also participated in the South Korean version of The Masked Singer to promote Deadpool 2. So I did not predict this. I definitely did not think that Ryan Reynolds was going to step into this position. He's not going to host the show.
Shoot, I was hoping that you would.
I know.
He's so funny.
Yes, but I mean, the fans might ask for it. He might end up. But as of now, he's just in the producer role.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, Josie, guess what I have for you? It's the inside scoop, and that's because today is Free Cone Day. Today from 12 to 8 p.m., Ben & Jerry's is giving away a free scoop of ice cream. Over 600 stores in 38 countries are participating in the offer. The closest shop to us is in Santa Monica, and there are no rules. You can get in line as many times as you want. Ben & Jerry's started this celebration in 1979 to thank the community for its support.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm going straight to Ben & Jerry's right after this.
Yeah, well, we gotta take up on that offer.
Yeah, just as many times as you want. That's perfect. Well, that'll do it for us this evening.
Thank you for tuning into the final Tuesday edition of the NewsWaves for this semester.